Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United are close to signing Tom Heaton on a free transfer this summer as a backup for Dean Henderson and David De Gea. Tom Heaton is the goalkeeper of Aston Villa. His current contract expires next month. Aston Villa paid £8 million for him from Burnley. Don't forget, Tom Heaton used to be at Manchester United. Obviously, risen up our youth academy. He was with us for 8 years. The other clubs he's been at, he's had a few loan spells with Swindon Town, Royal Antwerp, Cardiff he had a loan spell. He was on loan with QPR, he was on loan with Rochdale, and he was on loan with Wycombe Wanderers. He also was at Bristol City. He was at Cardiff permanently. So he's been at quite a few teams. He is the age of 35. It also said not so long ago that we was looking at Sam Johnstone from West Brom as a replacement for De Gea. Man United could sell David De Gea in the summer transfer window. Some United fans think it would be a mistake getting rid of De Gea in the summer transfer window, but I don't think it would be, because I reckon now he's had his years at Manchester United. De Gea is obviously now our second choice goalkeeper because Dean Henderson is our number one. Solskjaer has refused to assure that De Gea will retain his place in the Europa League final. De Gea has endured 10 years at Manchester United, so he's been a long servant, and I reckon he's had around 8 good years out of the 10 years he's been with us, because in the last couple of years he has been a liability, reflecting on the calamitous mistakes he's made. He's won everything domestically at the football club, De Gea, and he's made over 500 appearances in all competitions. A few years ago he was regarded as the best goalkeeper in the world. Now, earlier on this season it said that De Gea had made his transfer decision. It said he's preparing to leave Man United, and Man United is set to pay off his huge contract. It said we'd set the price for De Gea. It's £50 million, and quite a few clubs have been interested. It recently said Jose Mourinho wanted to bring David De Gea to Roma. De Gea's got 2 years left on his current contract, and he's on £375,000 a week. Sergio Romero, he's obviously one of our goalkeepers. I'm expecting us to offload him because obviously he doesn't get in the team, and he's like, what, our third or fourth choice goalkeeper. We've also got Lee Grant as well. I don't recall him making an appearance, or he might have made one appearance for Man United. Lee Grant's like, what, 37 or 38 years of age. Now, earlier on today, I give you the news on Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund. Manchester United want to complete a deal for Jadon Sancho before the European Championship. He says Man United are ready to offer $77 million for Sancho. He recently said that Jadon Sancho is no longer a priority for us because of Mason Greenwood. And it recently said that we ended our interest in Jadon Sancho. He said we want Jude Bellingham, not Jadon Sancho. Said not so long ago that we was preparing a £80 million bid. Sancho recently admitted he's unsure where his future lies. Jadon Sancho's preference would be to leave Borussia Dortmund and go to a team who's playing in the Champions League. Fabrizio Romano, who's a very reliable Italian journalist and close to Man United, he said that Jadon Sancho would be 100% happy to join Man United this summer, because he did mention he was keen on a move to Man United last summer. He said a few weeks ago, though, that Borussia Dortmund had lowered their asking price for Sancho. He said they will accept around £78 million. Borussia Dortmund already confirmed that they've got a gentleman's agreement with Sancho over a possible transfer. Earlier on this season, Borussia Dortmund admitted that they'll sell Sancho for the right price this summer, and Dortmund's CEO did reveal that the club will discuss exceptional offers for the winger. A few clubs have been interested in him though. Bayern Munich have recently entered the race. Chelsea are interested in him. Liverpool were in for him, but I don't think they're in for him now. Earlier on this season, it said that we was preparing a £50 million bid for Sancho because we believed we could get him for a cut price deal. Obviously, last summer, he was our number one priority target. And Sancho to Man United last summer was extremely close because the personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees had been agreed, and a contract had been agreed. The main explanation we didn't get him though is because we couldn't come to an agreement on an actual fee. Dortmund were demanding £108 million and we was reluctant to meet their £108 million valuation. We was only willing to pay so much up front. Dortmund made it clear to us last summer that we had until the 10th of August to sign the player. We missed out on that deadline, so Sancho remained at Dortmund. But I'd love Sancho to come to Man United because he dramatically improve us, he'd assure us goals, he's good at creating chances, and he would exceed expectations in the Premier League, and he's still young and he's got a lot of development in him. And I'm convinced he'd replicate what he's been doing at Borussia Dortmund. This has been his fourth season at Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund paid just £8 million for him from Man City. And he's under contract with Dortmund until 2023. He said recently we was looking at Kingsley Coman from Bayern Munich as an alternative to Sancho. You know the news regarding Harry Kane from Tottenham. It's recently said that Harry Kane is open to a move to Barcelona. He said Harry Kane is ready to ask Tottenham to listen to transfer offers for him this summer. The Glazers are planning to sanction a £90 million bid. I'm very sceptical though that £90 million will be enough to convince Tottenham to offload him, because Daniel Levy, Tottenham's chairman, said not so long ago Tottenham will only consider offers starting at £125 million for Harry Kane. But earlier on this season, Kane did say that he will ask to leave Tottenham if Tottenham fail to qualify for the Champions League. And a few weeks ago, Kane said he wants to win team trophies. He said that after Tottenham's Carabao Cup final defeat to Man City. David Einstein spoke about Harry Kane earlier on this season. He said that, Harry Kane's unhappy at Tottenham. He wants to leave. He said he's still committed to Tottenham whilst he's there, but he wants to win the biggest trophies, and obviously Kane hasn't been experiencing this at Tottenham. He has won the Golden Boot, though, a few times, reflecting on his good performances. But earlier on this season, it said that Kane had dealt Tottenham a major blow because he refused to commit his future to them. He said he was delaying his transfer decision until after the Euros. Kane's been a very long servant at Tottenham. He's been with them, 17 years? He's been in their senior squad since 2009. He's under contract with Tottenham until 2024. Because back in 2018, he did sign a 6-year deal. He's had a few loan spells before with Leyton Orient, Millwall, Norwich and Leicester. But I would take Kane at Man United because he's obviously well Premier League proven and he's regarded as one of the best strikers in the world, and plus he would assure us goals. We've been in for Kane now for quite some time. I think Kane said he wants to stay in the Premier League if he decides to leave Tottenham. You obviously know the news regarding Erling Haaland. Manchester United are still in for him. But yeah, not long now until the summer transfer window opens. I'm looking forward to it. You know, the summer transfer window will be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Manchester United manager. Solskjaer's made it clear that he wants good backing. And you know what? I'm expecting him to get the backing he deserves because we've got John Murtough. He's our director of football, and it was the right decision by the club getting a director of football in, because I did mention that's one of the structural changes that we needed. John Murtough is our first ever director of football. We've got Darren Fletcher. He's our technical director. And we've got Matt Judge, and Matt Judge has been part of the club for a long time. I'm expecting us to do good business in the summer transfer window. I'm expecting Man United to make around 3 or 4 signings, maybe even 5 signings, and I've identified the areas in the squad where we need to strengthen up. Ed Woodward did say earlier on this season that he believes Solskjaer is the right man to lead the club forward. And he released a statement regarding Solskjaer and the players, saying that the progress by Solskjaer and the players this season is clear. And even when we was enjoying them very bad periods under Ollie when he was close to being sacked, Wood would come out several times to show his support for Solskjaer. Obviously, we know that Ed Woodward will stand down at the end of the year, because it got announced earlier on this season that Woodward resigned as Manchester United vice chairman. I presume all United fans were delighted with the news regarding Woodward, because we've been very critical of Woodward for a long time. The reasons is reflecting now poor our recruitment policy's been. We've also overpaid for players. And in general, the managers that we've had since Ferguson retired haven't been backed enough. Not so long ago, Ed Woodward's home, or should I say mansion, was attacked by masked protesters. Ed Woodward has had a 16-year association with the club. Solskjaer, I think he's doing a good job. He's made very, very good progress. And I hope he's the long-term manager for Manchester United. Solskjaer does deserve at least another season at Manchester United. You know, this has been his 2nd full season. I presume there's a lot of United fans that are Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in, and they believe that he needs more time at the club. Obviously, there's been a lot of United fans that have been demanding Solskjaer out. Obviously, they've got the reasons why they've been demanding him out. He's been Manchester United manager now over 2 years. And reflecting now on he's been at the club, he has gained some managerial experience. He's learnt quite a bit on the job. He's tried a few different elements, hasn't he? You know, he's like rotated the squad. You know, he's give the young players their chances. and he's tried like different formations. You know, before he was with us, Solskjaer was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. And before he was at Molde, he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was absolutely disastrous. The main explanation he got sacked from Cardiff is because he ended up getting them relegated. And don't forget, Ollie managed the Man United reserve team for a couple of years, so he watched some of the team grow and develop. Yeah, I do have my concerns about Solskjaer, but there's also a lot of positives regarding Solskjaer as well. We are sitting second in the Premier League. It looks like we're going to finish second, and we are guaranteed Champions League football for next season, which is good. We've got a very, very good away record in the Premier League under Ollie this season. We are unbeaten in our last 25 Premier League away games. We've enjoyed very good periods under Ollie, where we have seen consistency, and in some of them good periods he's got the best out of the team. We're enjoying a good period at the moment. Solskjaer has got us to the Europa League final. It's his first major final as Manchester United manager, and it's our 8th European final. Solskjaer knows how imperative it is to get his first trophy on the board as Man United manager. You know, we haven't won a trophy since 2017. But us winning the Europa League would be very good for Solskjaer and obviously United fans, and then it would give us something to build on going on into next season. Solskjaer did say the other month winning trophies can be an ego thing, didn't he? He got us to the FA Cup quarter-final this season, also got us to the EFL Cup semi-final, and Solskjaer did well last season in his first full season at the club because he did get us to 3 semi-finals, he got us a 3rd place finish and qualification for the Champions League. And Solskjaer has made good signings as Manchester United manager. He's spent almost £300 million. The players he's brought in is obviously Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. He brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odi Nagalo in on loan. Obviously, Gallo left the club in January, and Solskjaer also brought in Donny van der Beek, Alex Telles, Edison Cavani, Amad Diallo Traore and Facundo Pellistri. Obviously, we loaned Facundo Pellistri out in January. Solskjaer's also got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he's come in. Obviously, we saw a few players leave in January. We saw Jesse Lingard go out on loan to West Ham. Jesse Lingard wants a permanent move away from Man United. I think West Ham will end up getting him permanently because he's made an impact since he's gone out on loan to West Ham. We loaned Teden Mengi out. Like I said, we let Agallo go. Marcus Rojo left the club. And we let Timothy Fosu-Mensah go. What? Alright. And in the other transfer windows that Solskjaer's enjoyed, we've seen other players go as well. Obviously, we saw Young leave the club and he was a loan servant for Man United. We saw Valencia leave the club. He was a loan servant for Man United. Saw Chris Smalling leave. He was a loan serving player with the club. Also saw Matteo Darmian leave. Saw Ander Herrera leave. I think we probably made a mistake getting rid of Herrera. We should have kept him. We also let Fellaini go. He left in January 2019. We also let Lukaku go. I think we should have kept him because he was very good for us. We let Alexis Sanchez go as well. I think we loaned Dylan Levitt out. We loaned James Garner out. I think we loaned Joe Pereira out again for another season. We loaned Sahiv Chon out, and Angel Gomez also left the club. And Solskjaer's beaten quite a few big name managers as Manchester United manager. We appointed Solskjaer in December 2018 to replace Mourinho, and he's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. We give Solskjaer the job permanently 2 years ago, reflecting how well he did as the interim manager. But yeah, he is our best manager since Ferguson. Whether Solskjaer succeeds or not as Man United manager, I'll still always adore him, because at the end of the day, he's a club legend, isn't he? You know, he endured 11 years as a player for Man United, and he flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance. You know, all he knew when he'd taken over at Man United, it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin. Solskjaer is our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson. We've sacked 3 managers since Ferguson retired, and we're not even really known as a sacking football club. The managers we sacked was obviously David Moyes, sacked him after 10 months. He's the worst manager we've had. You know, we finished 7th under the David Moyes era. That's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. We sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years. Started well under him, then it all went downhill. We won the FA Cup under Van Gaal. And obviously we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years. You can say Mourinho enjoyed one good season with us. Mourinho did win the Europa League and the League Cup at Man United and got 2nd place, which I think was in his 1st season. The reasons it didn't work out under Mourinho is because he had bad disputes with the board, bad disputes with the top players, and in general the board weren't backing the signings that he wanted to recommend in. And I think we probably did appoint Mourinho in too late. Maybe could say we should have got Mourinho in when Ferguson retired. Mourinho's now past his sell-by date. Not so long ago he was sacked by Tottenham, but obviously we know now he's got the Roma job. I think we've made mistakes in the last 8 years as well, and that's why we haven't been as consistent as we'd like to have been. I do think the board's been one of the biggest problems at the club for a while. We've spent over £1 billion in the last 8 years on players, and we've brought around, 37 players in since Ferguson retired. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's 8 years ago now. You know, will we win a title under Solskjaer? I hope so, but I'm very, very sceptical about it. We've just got to accept we're never going to be the team we was under Ferguson. No one's going to replicate what Ferguson did at the club. You know, Sir Alex Ferguson endured 26 years, or was it 27 years at Man United, so he was a long-serving manager, won 30-odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. So reflecting on that, Ferguson brought success to the club, but Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Manchester United. But yeah, quite a few players are going to leave Man United in the summer transfer window. Like I said, there's a good chance that De Gea's going to go. Good chance Romero's going to go. I think we should offload Phil Jones as well. Delors, I think we'll be looking to get rid of him permanently. Tellez, there's a good chance he'll leave. Matic, I think there's a chance he'll leave. Juan Mata, I think there's a good chance we'll offload him. And a lot of United fans are saying that we need to offload Anthony Martial. But yeah, the players that we do sell in the summer transfer window will generate money, and it will help us with our rebuilding process. You obviously know the news regarding the Glazers. Solskjaer did recently say that the Glazers apologised to him. He said the violent incidents went too far, but Solskjaer said the club need to listen to the fans. Solskjaer was recently angry with Gary Neville over the Man United protests. Not so long ago, Avram Glazer refused to apologise over the European Super League. Sky News caught up with him in Florida, and he refused to answer any questions. Joe Glazer recently wrote a letter to Man United fans. Man United fans are planning a second protest against the Glazers. Question is, will the Old Trafford protests force the Glazers out of the club? It said not so long ago that the Glazers could be forced to sell Manchester United, but for only £4 billion. And it said before that the Glazers have got no intentions of selling the club, so reflecting on that, they're here to stay. It was only a few weeks ago our fans protested against the Glazers at Carrington, and some of our fans blocked entrances into the Carrington training ground, and there was obviously holding banners up. And the game last Sunday against Liverpool got postponed because hundreds of our fans went inside Old Trafford and invaded the pitch to protest against the Glazers. Solskjaer did say earlier on this season that the Glazer family will not sell Man United, and before that he told protesters that Joe Glazer loves the club. Joe Glazer released a statement a few weeks ago apologising to club fans over the European Super League plans. But we get the Glazers out of Man United, it'll definitely be the right decision, because the Glazers have put us in so much debt. And in general, I hate the way the football club has been run now for a long time. You know, the Glazers bought Man United for 500 million in 2005. What? Up here? Up here? Alright. Yeah, from 2005. So the Glazers have been with us now for 16 years. Yeah, wait there.
You need to pop to Spine out and get some milk and bread with Mary out. What do you want? Milk and bread. What do you want? What do you want? Trousers and top. The rest can go in basket. I don't need your numbers. Trousers and top? Yeah. I'll give you money now. I'll get some milk and bread, you know?
Oh my fucking. Sorry about that, just go down. So yeah, that's everything to update you today, guys. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel, and I will be on with my match reaction later for the Leicester game. Take care, God bless, see you all again very, very soon.